All right, drum roll, please. My personal favorite of the week, presidential candidate. And I have to just say this. I'll put a shout out to Dr. Alan Keyes, Ambassador Alan Keyes, one of the greatest men that I know. I have only a handful of living heroes. Most of my heroes are dead. He is a living hero. And once in a while, I have the privilege of him watching my TV show. And Dr. Keyes, don't correct me too harshly, all right? He's doing research on these guys, I promise you. All right, so here's my favorite of the week. You ready? Yes, put his picture up. Do it. The do, man. The hairdo. Look at him. This man, Donald Trump. He's my favorite of the week. All right, I'm going to explain why. He says, by the way, that he's pro-life. He had a conversion. He says that he is for one marriage between one man and one woman. He got in a spitting match on CNN over it recently. Held his ground, which I respect. But here's why I like him so much. You ready? Because John McCain doesn't like him. Because Jeb Bush doesn't like him. Because the Republican establishment doesn't like him. And because he's mixing it up. And this is what's crazy. Please hear me. He's ahead in the polls right now. Donald Trump is leading. He's at 15%. Now, remember, there's about 127 candidates running for president right now. So he's got 15%. He's ahead of Jeb Bush, I think, by 4 points. But this is even crazier. He's the number 2 pick. Because they asked in one of the polls, they said, all right, who's your number 1 guy? And they give an answer. He gets 15%. But when you say who's your number 2, he jumps to 25%. He broadens his lead. So you've got the head of the GOP, the party apparatus, not a political official, but the head of the GOP called him and said, look, congratulations, you're leading the polls. Could you tone down the immigration rhetoric about Mexican government sending us murderers and rapists? Could you just tone that down a little bit? Because we really want minorities. We're starting to make inroads into some minority groups. And could you tone it down? And Trump said, no, I won't. But thanks for asking. Nope, not going to do it. Going to keep saying what I want. I love that. I love that. Now, Scott Walker has that too. Just Donald Trump has it with panache. Panache. I beg your pardon. Just say the word properly. He's got panache and he's got the hairdo and he's a billionaire. So Jeb Bush raising $100 million, it just doesn't matter. And Donald Trump is ahead in the polls right now, not from PACs. He's ahead in the polls from earned media. And I'm going to tell you why else he's ahead in the polls. You ready? Because people have had it. People are fed up. They are desperate for somebody to just poke people in the eye, to poke a news journalist in the eye, to tell the establishment, ugh. That's one of the reasons Ted Cruz is doing so well. He's ignoring the establishment, and he's bashing the establishment when he wants to, and he's hostile to the press because the press are hostile to him, and he's doing well in the polls. So anyway, my favorite this week is Donald Trump, just because he's got the right people that don't like him. I am so disgusted with the Republican establishment. I think that they are a greater threat to American liberty than the Democrats. And the reason is because the Democrats are clearly hostile to us. But the Republicans say that they're opposing the Democrat agenda. But they're not. They're rolling over. They're opening the gates to the citadels. They're letting them run in and run over us roughshod. So I despise the Republican establishment, and I think that they're like a Benedict Arnold. Remember, Benedict Arnold was a traitor because he was found with plans to turn over West Point to the British. That is Mitch McConnell, John Boehner, and the Republican establishment, and Karl Rove, and Jeb Bush. And I'm just going to keep saying names until I run out of time.